every opportunity to have a good time. So we can do a number of different things. We can play different games such as hide and seek or running around the pools. We can even give them killer whale-sized toys. Now those are called environmental enrichment devices. Now if you are over on this side, you'll see that Kyuquot is split out into the shallow area, and Cassidy was rubbing him down on the inside of that dorsal fin. Now this might be the most common question that I get asked here at SeaWorld working with these amazing animals is, why is that dorsal fin curled over? Now that dorsal fin on an adult male killer whale's back can be over 6 feet tall. Kyuquot is measuring at 5 feet 6 inches tall, and inside that dorsal fin there's not any bone, not even any muscle to help keep it upright and supported. Inside there's a cartilage-like substance, and so the longer that a killer whale spends at the surface of the water, perhaps interacting with people in our killer whale up close tour or a dine with orcas, the more likely that gravity is going to take over and that fin is going to curl one way or the other. Now this does not impact their health or emotional well-being. In fact, that dorsal fin is primarily used for thermal regulation. So basically it's used to help keep the whales either not getting too hot or too cold. Now we do see this happen out in our open oceans, but mostly we see it in populations which hunt at the surface of the water. So animals that are sliding out onto the beach to grab a sea lion, their dorsal fin is going to be exposed more often than a pelagic or open ocean orca who's hunting primarily beneath the surface. Now there are two quite famous killer whales. They live down in South Africa near Mossel Bay, which is the great white shark mecca of all of our oceans. There are over 400 sharks that live in that bay on a regular basis. Now port and starboard are two orcas that love to eat and prey upon great white sharks. Now they are rather famous, and they are named port because his dorsal fin leans to the left, and starboard because that dorsal fin leans to the right. So as we can see, it is something that happens out in the ocean as well. Now, into a killer whale-sized toy, there are two rules that are going to affect each and every time. If you do look to the left, you'll see we do have that blue building and some toys propped up against the wall there. Now, those killer whale toys need to be one of two things. They either need to be edible, like sugarless jello or any of the other fish or ice. We sometimes on their birthdays will make them giant cakes with jello and frozen ice, resembling all kinds of fun things. And that's a toy that is edible. The killer whales can break that apart and swallow the different pieces, and it will actually help keep them hydrated and strong rather than hurt them at all. And the second rule is the toys need to be absolutely indestructible if they're not edible. That way the killer whales are not going to break them, eat them, or have any harm caused. Now you might ask some of the tools that we make from those. We can actually use retired fire hose from the fire department to make these very, very strong killer whale-sized toys. We do find that the whales enjoy different types of toys as the individual. So it is so important to teach these relationship sessions, to observe and offer them as many activities and reinforcements as possible so that we can get to know them as individuals and get to know what they like. For example, in this point, we have Kyuquot and Tuar. They seem to enjoy toys that we call hoops. They can carry them on their control clippers or on their back as they swim around the pool.